Joining us now for his reaction, American Majority CEO Ned Ryun. What do you think of this resignation?
Well, he saw the proverbial handwriting on the wall. Wray knew that he was done. He either had to resign or he was going to get fired by Donald Trump. And so he took the easy way out and resigned. I have to tell you, Liz, I think he's been one of the worst FBI directors maybe ever. And that's saying something, since his predecessor was James Comey, who was an absolute disgrace. But you think about his tenure at the FBI, Wray's. I mean, they hid the Hunter Biden laptop. They manipulated elections, in my mind. They manipulated those elections. They weaponized the department against political opponents. They stonewalled Congress. I think it's been a miserable tenure for Wray, and he did well to resign because he was going to get fired. And now I think Kash Patel, who I'm pretty optimistic is going to get, hopefully, I think all 53 of the Republican votes to get confirmed. He's got quite the job in front of him to reform the FBI, but I think he's the man for the job. I think he's got incredible talent, and I think he's got incredible resolve. So he's the man for the hour, and I think we will see the FBI hopefully reformed into what it should be, upholding the rule of law instead of being a political weapon against opponents. You
know, Politico is reporting that Time magazine is going to name Trump the man of the year. He's going to ring the bell on the New York Stock Exchange tomorrow. We know that inflation did tick up. I mean, Trump has a lot of work to do. He's going to move fast,
he does.
Reuters is saying, to immediately wipe out Biden's policies. He's going to do it within hours of taking power on his first day, a blizzard of something like 25 executive orders. The CNN polling is reporting that, you know, the majority of Americans like what Trump is doing. They like the transition. CNN also reporting that, you know, J.B. Pritzker and the Resist Trump push is failing, that nobody's really signing up for it, only one governor, Jared Polis. So when you see all of this, Senator John Thune is saying he's going to move fast on the Trump agenda. Do you think that will happen?
I was encouraged by Senator Thune's comments today that he wants to push the agenda. It's an aggressive legislative agenda they've got in front of them. I mean, listen, Senator Thune, and I think the senators are getting the memo. Donald Trump was elected as a change agent by the American people. He needs his various change agents like Kash, like Pete, all of these people, his nominees, to be confirmed as quickly as possible, and they need to be supporting him in his agenda. And I know on day one, Liz, some of those executive orders are going to be dealing with shutting down the border immediately, and then you've got to get to the hard work of actually securing the border and then deporting the hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants with criminal records. And I know one of the other things they want to get cracking on is energy independence. And so I know that they're going to be doing some of these things to actually increase LNG production, drilling on federal lands and off the U.S. shores. So I'm excited to see what Trump is going to be doing in a very aggressive way in January. But this is, again, why the American people elected him. And I think he's giving the American people optimism and hope for the future. And that's a great thing. That's why I think you're seeing such high approval ratings.
Yeah, Ned Ryun, you're a pleasure to have on. It's good to see you, Ned. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Liz.